This is Mike Buda with the Illinois Center for Broadcasting and SportsTownChicago.com with owner and president of Chicago Soul FC, Dave Mokry. Dave, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
Well, first of all, what's the kind of style and what do you want the Soul to represent in Chicago?
I want the Soul to bring back that flavor that the Chicago Sting had back in the day. I know those are lofty dreams, but I think with Manny Rojas and with Novi too in here, I think the Soul is going to be a team that Chicagoland's going to be very proud of. Not just on the field, we want them to be proud of off the field too. We want to be doing things in the community. We've got some events we're going to be doing for some charitable events, even on game days. So, I'm a Chicago guy. So I want to just be a part of this town, bring championships to this town eventually, but be something that all of Chicagoland is proud of on and off the field. That's important to us.
Now, what are you guys planning on doing to try to get the fans to come out?
Everything. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel, but a lot of teams that have been around for a while, like Baltimore Blast, really getting out on the grassroots side. There are so many great soccer clubs out here in this area that we don't want to compete with as far as the kids side of things. We just want to support and embrace, give them opportunities to come out to games, and that's why a lot of our games are Friday nights, so we don't compete with those leagues. And as well as just dealing with, we're going to have Radio Disney out at some of our games. We're going to have just a lot of fun events from game day to game day to make it where they're getting to see a great game played at such a high level with these guys, but at the same time they're experiencing something else. So, and once they get out there and see the game, they're going to come back because the indoor soccer game is outstanding. So
I know you talked about it a little bit in the press conference, but what did you see at the MISL Combine a few weeks ago, or last week?
Yeah, just this weekend actually. It finished up on Sunday, so got back and quick and still a little tired from the trip. But basically we had kids from all over the country were out there trying to be a part of this league, and I got to meet all the coaches who I've known but just really showed in meeting the coaches that this is the highest level of indoor that you can find. And just was amazed at the quality of people with the MISL, but right now with the USL, which is just taking it over, United Soccer League, I mean, it's the biggest organization out there. And with what they bring and the stability they bring and the people they have, the MISL's never been in better hands, and I know it's going to just take off and grow. And soccer right now is number 2 sport out there and growing. And I hope sometime in my lifetime I see it as the number 1 out here in this country, and it should be. So,
now what is Willie Roy? How is he involved with the organization?
Well, Willie Roy, you say that name, and I get goosebumps right here. Just to be involved with anything with Willie Roy is impressive. First time when I got to meet him, I'm sitting here shaking to shake his hand because his legendary play and what he meant to Chicago with the Sting, just to be involved with anything that he's a part of, it humbles me completely. And he's going to work with soccer operations. He's going to be a resource to me if I have questions on anything. He's the one who helped me get Manny Rojas in here, which I'm thrilled about, and he's going to be a great resource to him. He's also Howard Balson, you can't get a better radio guy. I mean, he was the Stings back in the day. He's still got that golden voice. He'll help Howard sometimes on the radio as well, but he'll be a player scout for us too, and assist the coaches. So kind of a director of soccer operations type of individual. But basically, if somebody asked me earlier, what title would you give Willie? And I said, my hero is one of them. But he's going to be a valuable resource for us to be able to pick his brain from time to time. So.
Now, Willie coached Manny while with the Sting back in the 80s. How do you think his coaching skills rubbed off on Manny?
I hope a lot, and I'm sure it did. Manny Rojas, in meeting him, not only was he an outstanding player, but just an amazing guy. So from right when I met him, I knew he was the right guy, and also getting the advice from Willie that's who you should talk to didn't hurt either. But he looks up to Willie with such respect that I'm sure he absorbed everything he was taught and is ready to share it with these players here. But Manny's also such a humble, neat guy that he's ready to learn a little bit of some of the new style with Novi, his assistant coach, that's been in the league too. So I think having that blend of experience with the kind of old school approach and the new school approach of what's going on in the MISL right now is going to be a huge advantage for our team. So I'm excited to get it started. I'm competitive. I'd like to see them kick it off tomorrow, but I do like the time to still get more people out there to watch them play, though. So,
How do you think Novi connects those two with having been teammates and friends with some of the players and then being with Manny?
well, I think basically Novi is somebody that even when he was playing, he was captain a lot of times on teams he was on. So people always have looked up to him. And so I think he'll have the players' respect right from the get-go. I think Manny will have it as well. And he'll be a nice connection to, what the players are thinking, what the style is today, and what Manny already knows and how to play the game and keep it simple. It's sometimes the current athlete complicates the game too much, and Manny goes, just keep it simple. It's soccer. Let's just keep it simple. So I think those two together are going to work outstanding, and which is great as an owner. They've got the players. They do what they tell me what they want to do with the players. I just get to step back and watch. I'm a fan. I don't have to say anything on that side. If they need a resource, they've got Willie Roy. They're not going to come asking me for any help. That's for sure. So,
what do you think? How do you think you've put together this team? What are you liking so far from them?
I'm blown away with the athletes we have here. We've got, I think, 4 players who've played on the United States national futsal team, which for a team in the MISL, that's pretty impressive right off the bat. We've got lots of players with great experience. We've got some young players that I think will blow you away. Like I said, the Carlos Munoz kid we got too, was over playing in Uruguay in First Division. Just humble, hungry, excited to play too. Great kid. I think we got a Rookie of the Year possibility there. And then, Bato Radoncic. I mean, what can you say about him as a target? He's a MVP type candidate, but he doesn't care about that. He just wants to win here in Chicago. I mean, because Chicago's where he's laid his roots. That's where he's running the magic out here. So he's looking at bringing a championship here to Chicago, and he's soccer 24/7. I don't sleep, but if I have any questions, I can still talk to him because I know he's up. So it's been fun. I'm excited to get this going here.
Well, thank you, Dave Mokry. Good luck on your first season with Chicago Soul FC.
Thank you very much.
With Chicago Soul FC from GameWorks, SportsTownChicago.com, and Illinois Center for Broadcasting, I'm Mike Buda.